Capcom just announced 2 features within Training Room that players will have access to from the beginning of the game. The first feature is a set of preset scenarios for players to quickly select and learn from within training mode itself. 2 presets were shown, one being an anti-air preset and a guard impact preset, that once selected, the training dummy will then perform an action like jumping in on you with a heavy kick or randomly doing guard impact, and it's up to you, the player, to figure out an answer to those scenarios. Traditionally, players can program these basic scenarios themselves, so it is not a new feature per se if you are already a Training Room junkie. However, if you are new, casual, or just starting out and want to dive into competitive play, I think this is a great feature. The challenge many newbies face is the overwhelming amount of information they have to consume and the feeling of having no real direction. This is why so many players will resort to learning combos and not much else, because in older games, that's all they really have, combo trials, which is actually really good mechanically, but it won't help you when you get to the advanced level of play, where decision making is so much more important. Having presets is like being asked a question on what to focus on. If I were to select an anti-air preset, what are my anti-airs? I would then, as a player, have to experiment, look online, watch other players, find the answer to this question. This is really important. When players start ranking up and getting better, they hit a roadblock not because they are not technically skilled enough, but more so they lack the experience and training to mentally adapt to their opponents in a timely manner. And I feel like a part of it is the nature of how we learn fighting games, is we're just told, yeah, use this button to anti-air. While there's nothing wrong with that, I think it takes away the game theory aspect of fighting games, where yes, traditionally I would anti-air, but now I have to focus on dash-ins and something else that my opponent can do. So I'm not going to be paying attention to the anti-air, and then they're going to jump in and hit me. How do I deal with that? Maybe I shouldn't be in range where they can jump in on me, so I can focus on their other approaches. And that quick scenario I gave you is like the next level up, is understanding and reading situations that will net you the win, even if the answers you come up with is not the most optimal or prescribed to you by the best players in the world. The next feature that Capcom showcased is a frame data visualizer. Now, I love this stuff. It is an awesome feature if you are a fighting game nerd. But let's get everyone on the same page in terms of what we're looking at. The 2 bars are the frame data visualizer, and on the top is the player frame data, with each bar representing 1 frame. Green bars represent startup frames, which is the wind up before an attack. The red bars represent active frames, which is when the move can actually hurt somebody. Sometimes there is an orange bar that appears, and as I was editing this video, Capcom released on their official Twitter the legends for the frame data visualizer, so check it out on screen right now, or the Twitter link below. Lastly, the blue bars represent the recovery frames, or how long it takes for your characters to finish the action so they can do another action. The numbers and words on top of the bar represent a summarized version of your moves, separated into 3 sections: the first active frame, the total frames of the move, and your frame advantage. For example, in this clip, we see that frame 26 is the first frame in which Luke's move is able to hurt somebody, and it takes him 54 frames total until he can move again. The second bar at the bottom represents your opponent's hit stun. For example, in this clip, Luke hits with his heavy kick, which puts his enemy in 25 frames of hit stun. Because of the disparity in Luke's recovery frame compared to the hit stun, Luke then gets 3 frames where he can act before the opponent, providing him a frame advantage of 3. If you are new to fighting games, you're gonna ask, what the heck does this mean for me? Well, on a simple note, combos are made with frame data in mind. So in this scenario, if Luke has a 3-frame jab or something like that, he can combo off of this hit, which allows him to do more combos and more damage. On a more advanced note, frame data dictates the pace of the game and your ability to apply pressure to your opponent. Both of the tools showcased are great for developing a player's skill, and I am glad Capcom is making a big effort into making this game easier to understand and giving players the tools they need to grow. Pair this up with World Tour, and Street Fighter 6 is looking to be both accessible and deep. What other features would you like to see added into Street Fighter 6? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're down there, consider subscribing to this channel and turning on that notification bell so when I drop more tutorial or mentoring videos like these, you'll be the first to get them. Oh, and don't forget to sign up for the closed beta, link in the description below, alongside joining my Discord if you're looking for people to play with in the closed beta test and beyond. This is a community for all skill levels, and I hope this is one of the ways in which you'll find a good rival to play with on a consistent basis. And who knows, maybe in the future we're gonna have some community events. If you want to learn more about Capcom's major improvement to Street Fighter 6's ranked mode, click on the video on screen right now. My name is Varsona. Have a good one.